Duns, beautiful people. Hi, y'all. Hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to Duns, beautiful people. I am Dun Stedler, and I shall be your hostess. So, I'm going to talk about another story, okay? Another real life event situation that I had encountered as a hospice nurse. I hope and pray that you have been enjoying my story times, okay? If you haven't had a chance to do so, I'm going to put the link in the description bar so that you can get a chance to look at my two previous videos that I had talked about a story, okay, about some of my patients that I had encountered, okay. Now, as always, as usual, I'm going to ask you to like and share this video because I would like to reach as many people as possible who are facing end of life or any caregivers who is currently taking care of somebody who is at end of life. Okay, so like and share. That's how we can reach as many people as possible. Now, that being said, let's get started. Okay, so as I've mentioned before, everybody will be Mrs. Smith or Mr. Smith, okay, because we have to protect the privacy of my patients. All right. So this real life event that I'm going to talk about, it actually has to do with a experience that I had, okay? So part of my job is to do admissions, okay? Part of my job is to do admissions where I go to people's homes or, the nursing home or assisted living or even hospitals, okay? So wherever the care is, wherever the needs are, I go and I do admissions, okay? And the admissions process, for those of you who are, part of the nursing field or who have been admitted to the hospital, you know that it involves a lot of questions, okay? So several questions to get to know the patient's background, to get to know, their goal, what they hope to obtain, and to talk about the services that, the company will provide. Okay, so, I'm at the patient's home, all right? Mr. Smith, a nice man with a lovely wife, okay? His home was very nice. He was a businessman, okay? He was a businessman, did really, really well for himself, all right? His home actually was facing the lake, so really well-known man. Okay, so I went in his home, just talking about everything, talking about his diagnosis. This particular Mr. Smith, he was, he had CA, he had cancer. So, just kind of getting to know him, getting to know his history, what's most important to him right now, and how can hospice best serve him, okay, him and his family. Okay, so I went through the whole process, and then at the end of it, where I had to ask like very specific questions, like about career, where I had to ask questions about, career, things like that. And then he actually told me, what he used to do, like he used to be the president, the CEO of such and such company. And I was like, oh my God, it dawned on me, at that moment, who that gentleman is. Okay. So basically, one of my very first experiences in the medical field, okay, he owned that company, all right? Like before, I became a nurse, like one of the very first companies that I had worked for, he actually runs this company. Like he was the owner of it. And I was like, oh my God, that's you. Like for some reason, when I was looking at his paperwork, the name did not click, because it had been years ago since I've worked there. We're talking about, I want to say like almost 20 years, since I've worked for that company, like I'm talking about really, really long ago. So the name, I did not put one and one together. And I was like, oh my God, I kind of know you. Or I was like, I used to work for you, and I kind of became like a fan And I was very thankful. I said, thank you so much for having given me this opportunity. It's because of your company, that I had chosen to go into the medical field as a nurse, because, your company had provided me with the, little experience and knowledge and, firsthand on how to care for those who have, either physical or mental disorders. Okay, so I was just like so humble. I was like, wow. You see, with this job, with this career, it's so amazing because you never know whose home you're gonna walk into. And it also, just like I was saying in my previous video, it kind of let us know that this world, we're all connected. Like every little dot is connected in some way. Okay, so really, really be mindful when you are meeting somebody and when you're interacting with somebody. And he was thankful, for me having worked in his company. We exchanged some laughters, some insider jokes, and just talk about it. And it was just like really special, the whole admission process with him and his wife. It was very, very, endearing. So needless to say, I did put some ease, in his I did add some ease and some comforting, into his world, and of course his wife too, just to, know that, they could trust the company that I work for, that they are in good hands, So that was just like one of those moments that I will never ever forget, because he was a very nice man then until the very end. He still was a great man. All right, my Duns beautiful people. So I hope you enjoyed this little real life story situation of mine, okay? Another hospice nurse experience, just to kind of bring a personal touch to the world of hospice, okay? It's not such a scary thing. You get to be in control of how you go, okay, how you leave this earth. You get to basically leave your last few days or months in a peaceful, respectable manner, where we will control your pain, where we will control your shortness of breath, your anxiety, vomiting, constipation, whatever the symptom might be. Hospice is there for you, and also to lend emotional support. Okay, you're not alone, right? So please, I would love for anybody to share their stories, a hospice experience with a hospice nurse, a hospice stories, anything like that. And once again, please like and share the video. I hope you enjoyed this. As I think about more stories that strike me, I will come and share it. Once again, I love you with the love of Jesus Christ. See you in the next video. Dance, beautiful people. Mwah.